making that investment in themselves and having the support that they may not have ever had before.
It's a fantastic program. It's a great opportunity for my owners to stabilize their property.
It's very exciting and emotional to watch the transformation of an individual to move into housing.
Everybody's, like I say, I keep saying, everybody's been a big help. And I ain't got nothing to say bad about nobody.
I chose this place, and it wasn't chosen for me.
This program is part of the supportive housing or housing first philosophy, which really believes that every person has a right to live in a safe place of their choice, and that housing actually helps increase people's success, just their personal success, whether that's to find a job, but also has a huge impact on improving healthcare outcomes.
Some individuals that we work with have been actually living on the streets, and they've been homeless. I've worked with individuals who are in assisted living facilities. We've also worked with individuals who are in state psychiatric hospitals and assist them with that transition from moving out of the hospital setting back out into the community.
The stress, the anxiety, the instability of not knowing where they're going to be, either if there's a shelter or family or friends where they could possibly the next day not be able to not have that space, allows them to focus on things that maybe they couldn't focus on before because there was so much stress and anxiety and instability that they couldn't do the things that they wanted to do.
Everyone deserves safe and affordable housing. I believe it's a good foundation for everything else in their life that helps someone be able to take care of themselves or to be able to advocate for themselves. It teaches them responsibility of maintaining a household. They don't have to worry no one should have to worry if they're safe or they're in a house that is habitable.
So we do really view the TCLI voucher program as a collaborative effort between the Properties Alliance and our members that are going to be living in the communities of their choice.
We work in coordination with the transition coordinators to provide options for them to choose from the apartments that are available. They have all the information that they need to make an informed decision about where they want to live.
When the initial process of where I was asked questions such as where do I want to stay, what area do I want to live in, do I want to live in a house, in a townhouse or an apartment, do I want to stay near a bus stop, how many miles away from the bus stop or blocks would I like to walk, and things like that. That's helpful because it gives me a feeling as if I have an option or an opinion of where I stay, and not someone just choosing it for me.
And one thing that I always say to my folks that I work with is that it's important for you to be comfortable with the apartment and for you to be happy with where you're living, because myself and the team, we're not living there. You're living there, and so this is your space, and so we want you to be comfortable with it.
So what we don't do is we don't just place somebody into an apartment and leave them alone and say goodbye. There's really 3 layers of support that come with every individual that we help transition and move into a property.
The residents come with a fantastic support system. If I had a question or we had a problem, we could contact a support member, and also the residents. They have support members that check in on them on a bi-weekly or monthly basis, and it's fantastic. I wouldn't get that support with another resident.
So once the person moves in, they may have a lot of challenges. They may have never lived on their own before. They may have never lived. They haven't lived in their own place for a while. So we really try to increase our support specifically around the time of moving in, where we are visiting them 2 to 3 times a week or more if necessary, to really get them acclimated to living in the community again, acclimated to living in their own.
and some individuals need some more support than others. And we've been able to assist them with identifying what that support is, and linking them up with their community, their mental health providers, their primary care providers, transportation, jobs.
They done everything for me. They got me the place, got me moved, and helped me put up all my stuff. I mean, there was a lot of help. I had several of them helping me. Now, I recommend them highly. I really would, because they have helped me. You know, I mean, I don't know what somebody else might think, but I think the world of them.
When I've had that opportunity to see members go through that transition and actually step into their apartment for the first time, it's really empowering, and it's really powerful, and really reinforces to me why this work is so important. Because what we're really trying to do is offer folks choice and allow them to have that dignity of risk to choose the community of their own choice, their specific apartment of their own choice. And we feel that when folks have that opportunity, it really does help them thrive and live independently and meet their goals for their life, for their health care, whatever it may be.
It's exciting for me and for our team to see just the level of excitement for them that they have about finally having a space of their own that, you know, especially if they've never lived on their own before. It's almost like they have joy in that we are trusting them to have that for themselves, that maybe nobody has ever trusted them and believed that they could do it, that they could have that space. And just the relief of having their own space, of having a place that they know that they can go to, and then the joy of making it their own.
It's like a sense of accomplishment to have been here this long.
Yeah.
And then been here successfully, meaning paying all my bills on time, managing my money, keeping my apartment up to date and clean and tidy and stuff like that. So it's an accomplishment.
They're just initiative and things that they're doing on their own that I never could have thought were even possible. And it's until you actually see someone take those steps on their own, it's hard to really put into words.
We had a resident who dressed up, got suit and tie and polished his shoes to sign his lease with us. He was so excited. He had never had a house of his own or signed a lease of his own. He was just so grateful, and I think we all cried at the end of it. We took a photo of us handing him keys. It was a really proud moment. We felt like we were giving a property to someone to live in that was going to really take care of it, and he was really grateful, and we were happy for him. We wanted to do this over and over again.
It's different for someone who has a disability. It means so much more. It's an amazing feeling. I'm sorry, just being able to have something of your own, like from going from a shelter, a group home to having your own place, that's something meaningful, because it's an amazing, remarkable experience to have something like this, have your own apartment.